what's up guys? Back again. So, the other day I was driving down dirt road to get to my house here. I started hearing a thumping from the right rear, and I didn't really know what it was. I kind of figured it might be the shock, but I was hoping it was the rear, the spare tire was loose, so I got under there when I got home, checked it, it seemed fine. Looked at both shocks, and it looks like they're both leaking, and I think the right one's blown. They got oil all over the place. And they're Bilstein 5100s. They've been on the truck for 3 years now, and I've used them pretty hard. People say Bilstein 5100s are really reliable. I don't disagree. However, a lot of people using them don't live where I live. These roads are really bad in the spring, and they go on for miles. So I'm pretty sure this spring they gave up the ghost finally. So they need to be replaced. So the other day I bought some shocks, and I was debating whether to go with 5100s, save some money, maybe 5160s for the remote reservoir. Those are on the TX Pro, I think, or the old TX Pro. I think they switched to Fox shocks for the 2016 model. But I decided, because I like the coilovers on the front so much, the Icons, that I decided to go with Icon rear, smooth body aluminum VS 2.0 Icon rears, and they're pretty expensive for a smooth body shock, like non-remote reservoir. But you know, it's an Icon. They're gonna last. They're gonna do really well. They're rebuildable. So I'm gonna rip the rear wheel off, put the shocks on, and I'm gonna show you guys the process. And we'll compare the Bilsteins to the Icons. We'll break them in a little at the end of the video too. So let's get started. You can see here, that is a Bilstein 5100 that you can't even see because it's so incredibly covered in grime and oil, and you can see it this wet spot on the top here. Yeah, that's all leaking oil, definitely. Haven't gone through a wet patch in many days, and it wouldn't stick there if I had. So yeah, it's this thing. This isn't even the side that was making noise, but it's definitely done. So time to get this thing off of here. I don't know how well you guys can see, but first thing we're going to do is remove the existing shock with 17mm hardware. Let's see if we can get in here. Cool. It's hard to see, but the top of the shock actually requires an Allen key, at least on the 5100. The shocks are very distinct from each other, but the 5100 requires a Allen or hex key at the top of the bolt piece, and the nut is a 17mm. So that keeps the shock from rotating as you loosen the nut. Pretty cool. I'm glad I didn't wait much longer to replace these, because it probably would have rusted on there and I would have needed to cut them off, but this is coming off just fine. Alright guys, shock's out, and I just want to do a comparison here. So on the top is the totally blown, totally smothered in oil Bilstein. I took that thing out, and man, what a mess. Disgusting. Just oil everywhere. Totally blown. And this wasn't even the side that was making noise. And then here's the Icon. Now, I know they don't look like the same length, but they are. The Bilstein, again, is like devoid of almost all oil at this point, and just sitting a little more compressed. So as you can see, Icon looks pretty nice. And it's also reversed. You can see the body is on the top and the pistons on the bottom. I don't know any differences there, but you know, the Bilstein, supposedly a German-made shock. Icon's supposedly a US made shock. I know their coilovers are made in the US. I don't know about their shocks. Icon, arguably, definitely a higher level hardware. Can take more abuse. We'll see though. So it does have a skirt on it, or a boot, I guess. I'm going to put a zip tie on that so it doesn't sneak down like this Bilstein one did, even though it looks like there's a zip tie on there. And then I'm going to stick it on there and see how it looks. Here's one side done. Not a hard job. Just got to hammer things around a little to get them to fit and get everything threaded real nice. But this thing's in here, torqued to spec, and yeah, it looks real nice. Once again, if you look at the Bilstein that was taken out, the thing is gross. That is all oil slick all over it. The thing was blown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the wheel back on this side, do the other side, and then it's getting a little late, so I think tomorrow we're going to go break them in. Alright, it's the next day. Just finished installing the other side. Here's the side I did yesterday. See that? Nice. Brand new Icon VS 2.0. Smooth body in there. And then there's the other one. Sitting real nice. Jumped in the bed a little bit. They're no binding. They're just great. I wanted to show you guys something real quick. Hold on. So, as you guys know, or maybe don't know if you're just tuning in, I run Icons up front as well. Remote reservoir, coilover adjustable coilovers, with Desert product, boxed chromoly, uniball upper control arms. And uniballs, there's a lot of controversy going around about whether to lube them, whether not to lube them. Sometimes companies say not to, sometimes companies say to lube them. But you got to be very specific with which lubricant you use. This is a Tri-Flow dry lubricant. Basically, it won't attract any more dust than is already, flying around. So basically what I do is I just kind of clean it out. I probably could blow it out with some compressed air. Not the best way to do it. See if I can just set the camera down maybe. Yeah, alright, a little crooked, but you get it. Then I'm just going to apply some. Lasts for a while. It gets rid of the squeak, and it'll work down in there. Basically, what it'll do is it'll dry out and become just a dry film, which is what uniballs like. They don't like a wet lubricant. So I'm gonna do the other side, and then we're gonna go out on the trail. Just getting it flexing just a little out here. Pretty nice day out in the woods. These things ride silky smooth. I'm actually really surprised. Compared to the Bilsteins, these things are just Cadillacs. And the fronts are killing it as always. These things have been on the truck for coming up on 3 years now, so they're plenty broken in. Yeah, we'll head down a little further. Well, just got back from the trail. Someone was coming up behind me and I didn't want to lollygag too much, so kind of an anticlimactic ending to this video. But these shocks are absolutely amazing. They performed really well on their maiden voyage. They're very soft, even like not being totally quote-unquote broken in at all. And they give a great ride compared to the Bilsteins. So if you're looking for an upgrade from Bilstein 5100s, admittedly a more expensive one, but definitely an upgrade, check out the Icon VS 2.0s. I'm not affiliated with Icon in any way. I wish I was, but I'm not. So it's just my honest opinion that Icon built some really high quality stuff. Yep, that's about it. I'll let you know how these things hold up. Here are the old Bilsteins right here, covered in oil, totally blown. And then here's the new Icon just sitting pretty in there. I'm going to check all the torques and then see how these things, age and progress and ride as they get older. But can't wait to go on some pretty hard stuff with them. Anyway, guys, I'll be back soon. Weather's getting nice. So I'll be outside playing and working and doing some interesting stuff. Say bye, Kimball. Anyway, see you guys soon.